literally stop trading, the pursuit of trading, because you can't make this one particular for you. I promise you, if you dig into my YouTube channel, I teach so many things. All you have to do is use what makes sense to you. Here's what you need to do going forward. When you go forward in your pursuit of understanding what it is that you're trying to accomplish, your trading model, the thing that you're trying to figure out. Number one is, where are opportunities found? That means, what makes your opportunity? What is the thing you're trying to participate in? What's the trade idea, the framework? Are you trying to trade a daily chart, an hourly chart? Are you trying to trade a 5-minute chart, a 15-minute setup? And that has to be linked directly to your personality. Because if you're somebody that's lazy and lethargic, and it takes a whole lot of things to get you to motivate and move, day trading is not your thing. I guarantee you that. And you're probably going to do very, very well just trading on a daily chart, because it takes all day long for that candle to close. So it means it's going to take a whole lot before that time frame really changes the storyline that it's working in. So you need to figure out where you are personality-wise. And there is a huge mix of personalities in my mentorship group, whether it be YouTube or in my private group. There's a lot of you, and you all have different personality. And those characteristics, you need to subscribe to a model that matches that, not try to change who you are. So many of my students try to be a mimicking version of me, and it's impossible for them. So they just get frustrated, and they live vicariously through me, but they're not successful in trading. And some of you are thinking, man, he just nailed me right there. Yeah, but you're doing it wrong. I don't want ICT clones. I want to see the guy or gal out there that said, you know what, I'm thankful to put this stuff out here, and this is who it helped me shape as a trader. I've always been this trader. I just didn't have the skill sets to apply to my personality. You see what I just did there? I didn't take any credit for your success, because guess what? Your success is your success. I nod that I had a small little part in the beginning, but you did all the work. You did all the heavy lifting. Only thing I did was gave you a roadmap. You still got to get your ass out of bed. You still got to be in front of those charts. You still got to be back testing and journaling. You have to do all of that stuff. So why the hell would I expect to get any of that credit? Mentors that are on YouTube and Instagram, they all want to be fluffed up because they're selling ego. They're selling lifestyle that they can't live unless those subscriptions keep coming in. Well, I just walked away from millions of dollars a year to prove that I don't need that money. Who are you going to believe? You're going to believe the guy that tells you before it happens, and it happens. No safety net. Shows you when he takes a loss. Shows you a live account statement. Hello. I told you, no one's going to doubt in 2022. I gave you the same perspective I've given my private group 6 years, day after day, week after week. You tasted it. Now, some of you might not like the taste of it. That's fine. But those of you that this resonated with, that's my target audience. It's not a specific age bracket. Whoever wants to listen to me, if I can change one person and improve their outlook on life and make their ends meet, guess what that's been? A success. And I can feel good about that. And I can champion their results. I can praise them, not them praise me. I don't want to be praised. I don't want to be worshiped. I want to high five those individuals that worked their ass off and said, you know what? My friends and family didn't understand why I was doing this. My boss laughed at me and said when I wasn't going to be here in a year or so, and now I'm not working there anymore. Not because they fired me, not because I lost my job or got made redundant, because I said I don't need that income. It's a distraction, and it's deterring me from making more ends meet. That's a feeling that none of you can put a price tag on. I could have literally, seriously, I can think about it. If I would have made PDF case study and included that with the mentorship that's on YouTube, I could have packaged that and literally sold that for $5,000. And I'm going to tell you something right now. A lot of you might say that's too much money, but I guarantee you I would have had about 250,000 people doing it. There's a lot of people out there that once they see it and they understand it, and this is consistent, this works, these things work, and they're going exactly where he's pointing to. When that happens, something magical happens. Suddenly, when somebody says they don't have the money to spend on something, they can pull it out of their ass real quick. Yeah. Perfect example, my uncle, who used to talk to me when I was 16 about trading, asking to do this and do that, is my Aunt Barb. She'd be like, hey, Stan, we got to do that. Oh, we ain't got the money for that. And then somebody's selling season tickets for the Ravens on Craigslist at the price that all of a sudden, five times what my aunt suggested they got to spend money on. You don't have the money for that. But Ravens tickets, oh shit, we got all kinds of money, honey. Let me get out of the way. We got to get to the bank. We got to take out a loan. I'm going to put a line of credit. See, because there's motivation. And the only thing I've done for the first 6 months of this year was what I promised I was going to do. I was going to teach you exactly how to go in and find these setups and prove to you that they're consistent and prove that you can make real money not just demo dollars. You can make real money doing it. Not all of you are going to make money every single day. You're going to lose. And guess what? I've proven that losing doesn't really change anything. But if your mindset is not accurate, but right, losing can derail you. And that's why I talk to you like this. That's why I give you these motivational speaks and sessions and kind of like an attaboy, attagirl, that type of thing that, prod you along. Because it's easy to be influenced by short-term adversities, because your friends and your family and your workplace, where you pimp your life out for a small amount of money, you spend more time there than you spend with me. So that negative cloud that's always over top of you, the people that are around you, that you hopefully look at them as a support structure, your friends and family, none of them are going to tell you what you want them to say. They're not going to say, you know what, Brian? You fucking deserve this. You deserve this. You've worked your ass off. You've done everything right. If there's anybody out there that deserves this, you do. And dang it, get out there and take it. Nobody's going to do that for you. Your spouse ain't going to do it. Let me tell you something. I'm married to this woman now. Okay? I'm married to this woman, and she lives on the fat of everything I'm done. And she still thinks it's a video game. She thinks it's a video game, no skills involved, and she's not impressed by any of it. And it pisses me off. Missy, you pissed me off, woman. I've worked my ass for over 20 years to make this woman understand how much focus it takes to do this stuff. Nope, not impressed. So let me remind you for the last time, stop looking to be validated outside of yourself, because they're never going to do it. You need to be your own cheerleader. You are the person that drags your ass out of bed and says it's time to go to work, period. You do that. Well, guess what? You got to use that same moxie to get your ass out of whatever you're doing when you're not at work, and you have to study. You got to pour into this everything. Do it for a year. It's 1 year, folks. 1 year. Why a year? Because you're going to see all the seasonal influences that take place over the full calendar year. That's experience. That's a perspective that you cannot appreciate until you see it. Then you have that going into the next year. And if you journaled, you compare and contrast. When you start a new month, okay, what did I experience last September? What did I experience last October? And what was it like the last 3 weeks of December? And what was it like in January? You're going to have something as a baseline, and you do that every single year. But I'm going to tell you something, folks. Once you have consistency, let me tell you something, what's never going to happen. You're never going to want to talk about what you're doing to some family anymore. You're not going to want to do that, because you're going to know right away, these people work. And there's nothing wrong with working, folks. But working folks don't like to see other people get out of that livestock pen. They don't want to be championing somebody else, because that would be like taking energy and directing it to someone else to do well, instead of directing it to themselves and for them to do well. So why are you surprised? They're indoctrinated. You're not going to wake them up. You're not going to stir them up by you telling them that you're going to work your ass off and you're going to learn how to do this and you're going to speculate way more income potential than any other job that you would ever fall into or get degrees with. It ain't never going to be compared. It isn't going to be in the same vicinity, the neighborhood, the zip code. You're not going to get anywhere close to the fucking money that you could make doing this. And if that bothers you because I'm using this language, I don't give a shit, because I'm tired of people tiptoeing and dancing around, boo-hooing that they don't have this figured out yet. What's stopping you? You have it now. It's done. It's on those videos. Study it. You got to work for it. It doesn't mean I watch the videos, so therefore I should know. No, you watch the videos and I tell you what you should be looking for. Then you have to do the work. You have to do that. If you fail, I did not fail you. You failed you. Own it, man. Own it. I failed myself for the first few years until I realized I'm the problem. And then when I realized what those issues were that I was struggling with, perfection. I didn't want to lose ever. I felt that there was a way for me to trade and never have a losing trade. That's bullshit. There is a way to trade with a high degree of accuracy, but it requires you to trade very selective. I just taught you that. You use the economic calendar, high impact, medium impact news events. Period. Times of day, days of the week, and seasonal influences. Yes, some of you are thinking, oh, you said the word seasonal. Yes, I'm going to teach seasonal tendencies. It's a topical study. We'll do it. I don't know when, but we'll do it. But I told myself I wasn't going to get animated in this. But if you give me enough time, you'll see that I have swings. And sometimes I could be, well, not the best order. But nonetheless, I'm rooting for you folks. I believe you can do this. If I didn't believe it, I would not be wasting my fucking time. This is not monetized. I'm talking into a phone. I don't even know I don't know how many people are listening. I don't know how many people are going to listen to this. I'm not getting paid to do it. There's no ads here. This is the really real. This is the stuff that I needed to know and hear and be reassured that, guess what? Just because everybody else around didn't believe I was going to be able to do this, that I was going to fail. Listen, I'm a simple person that so many people around the world know my name because I persevered and cried to the Lord and asked him, please, please open my eyes so I can see this. And if you do that, I will spend the rest of my life helping others with it. And that will be my ministry. Whether you want to be a churchy kind of guy or not, that's why I do this. I live my life like this because it's my promise. And I'm telling you, I am continuously blessed. Whether you want to say I'm great or you love or appreciate what I do, it doesn't matter. It does not matter whether you do that to me or not, because I know what he does in my personal life. Without him, nothing I put my hands to will work. Nothing. My health would fail. My mental faculties would evaporate. Cars, homes, money, all that stuff can change. Like Job, it can happen to that. And guess what? I don't care if he takes all of it, because my relationship with him is the most important. I've tasted wealth. I've tasted rich. I've tasted more money than I'd ever spent in my entire life. And I can tell you, if I didn't have Jesus Christ in my life, I would be miserable. And if that bothers you, unsubscribe. Because I'm going to tell you, the more times I talk like this, I'm going to talk about him. And if that ruffles your feathers, I'm sorry. Oh, this guy talking like a sailor, and he's going to bring Jesus up. I'm a sinner. I am a sinner. I'm not perfect, folks, but my heart is right. And what I'm trying to do, I'm looking out for all of you. And the only way I can, I have something that I've been blessed with. And I believe that if he didn't want me doing this, he would shut it down. He would not let other people find success in it. And guess what? They're doing it. And that inspires me. That gives me fuel to keep doing this. When you show appreciation, understand this. And I'm so tired of saying this. I see every comment. It only takes a second for me to scroll through. And I'm not reading every single word, but I'm getting the gist of what you're saying, especially the long ones. I don't have time to sit and look through all of it. But usually people say, oh man, thank you. You're the GOAT. Stop calling me a GOAT. Stop calling me a king. Just say thanks. I appreciate what you've done. And you know what? It means so much to me. I am not this little pathetic little man child out there that needs to be called the GOAT. I don't need any of you to tell me what I'm giving you is gold. I know it. It's been in my hands for 30 years. And I love that he makes it possible that I can share this with all of you. I'm such a privileged person to be able to do this and live my life doing it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I live, eat, sleep, breathe this. I love it. It is absolutely, I am the embodiment of whatever a mentor would ever want to be and should be. I am living it. I'm not taking anything from you. I'm pouring myself into you. I'm pouring it. I'm not reserving it. I'm laying it in your hands. The only thing I want you to do is be real with it. And when I ask other people to credit me, guess what that's doing? And I'm going to say this, I'm going to close it. I don't want you fluffing me up, because when you all hear who the source is and it takes you right back to me, guess who gets the credit? Not me. Jesus Christ is the one that opened my eyes to all this stuff. With him, I was able to figure this stuff out. And in time, I'll probably give you more testimony to how all these things happen. And you're probably not going to believe any of it, but I don't care. Okay. I don't care if you believe it, but some of you want to know, and I'll share it, but I don't care if you believe it, because it doesn't change the facts. It is what it is. And you may be an atheist. You may be someone of another religion. I'm not religious. I don't have a religion. I'm not here to try to convert anybody, because that doesn't work. Unless the Spirit of God draws a man, that's it. So if I say, because I believe, and you're offended by that, well, that's a character flaw on your part, because you tune in to me because you want to know my perspective. What am I thinking? Why do I feel a certain way about something? Why do I look at something as an opportunity, and what makes it not an opportunity? And how did I get to this understanding? Where did I come from? What did I go through? What did I have to endure? And what was my source of strength, encouragement? I've told you, and some of you aren't going to accept that. That's fine. Again, I'm not Pastor Joe. Okay. I'm not trying to be a preacher. I'm not trying to be the model Christian. I'm not trying to be anything. This is me. I wrestle with a lot of issues, folks. I'm real. I don't hide it. I don't lie to you about it. I don't try to sweep it under the rug. I want to be the real McCoy in every aspect of the word. And guess what? That means you're going to get the dirty laundry sometimes. Sorry, I'm human. I know a lot of you thought I was AI, a robot, something synthetic, but I'm a real guy. I go through the same things. And when students, say things like, oh, well, I don't believe that you do this, and I don't believe that. And I've had people leave my teachings with some of the nastiest emails, and some of them have been trying to get back in right now. And they think I'm just being mean-spirited when I say no. No one can join that group. You all are getting this. This is free. It works. It works in every asset class except for crypto, because I can't co-sign it. I've never traded crypto. But no, there's a lot of my students that swear by it, and that's all I can say about it. But it works in Forex. It works in index futures and commodities, and there's something synthetic something. I know some of you already know what I'm talking about because I get questioned all the time. Does this work with synthetic something? If it's something synthetic in the name of the asset, I don't know anything about it, and I couldn't tell you if it works or not. So there you go.